Hello again. This is a new series under the title of Turnaround and Shutdown. This is the video number 1. First of all, let us review the categories of maintenance in general. We can classify maintenance in different categories. As we see here, maintenance can be soft maintenance or hard maintenance. What is the difference between soft and hard? Soft maintenance means minor surface, minor activities like greasing, oiling, adjusting, cleaning, tuning, calibration. Hard maintenance include major repair or replacing certain spare parts or certain material, or doing maintenance which required resources, special resources, and special tools and spare parts. This is one classification of maintenance. Another way to classify maintenance by using this category: planned maintenance and unplanned maintenance. Planned maintenance including time-based maintenance, which preventive maintenance or predictive maintenance, proactive maintenance, and such type of maintenance which required planning and scheduling. So in planning maintenance, we plan ahead at what time we going to apply maintenance. The other categories of maintenance: unplanned maintenance. Unplanned maintenance means we don't have initially any scheduling or any awareness that we are going to do this maintenance at this time. But it could have an emergency without any previous notification or indication. Another classification of maintenance, this which is more interested for us in this series of maintenance, running maintenance and shutdown maintenance. Shutdown maintenance or turnaround or overhaul or outage, they are the same. It is even referred to the same categories of maintenance, which we will going to highlight during this series of videos. Running a maintenance or day-to-day maintenance, this is a maintenance which normally done during the production time without needs to get the whole plant or the whole sector or the whole train to be shut down for doing the maintenance for extended period of time, which might last for weeks. So this is the difference between running a maintenance and shutdown maintenance. During this series of videos, we will concentrate on these categories of maintenance, which is shutdown maintenance. It comes under different name, as we see here. Some people use shutdown, some people use turnaround or overhaul or outage. It could refer to the same thing. Again, it is one type or one category of plant maintenance, and it is a periodic because we do it periodically after certain number of years or yearly. We do it, so it is a periodic type of maintenance. And it is a major maintenance. It is a big maintenance. It is not small maintenance. It is a major. It includes major activities, and it includes the involvement of everyone and even outsourcing, and we will see more detail about the characteristic of this type of maintenance. Again, it is very complicated. Complicated why? Because it needs huge amount of maintenance resources, either human resources or material and spare parts and outsourcing as well. And also during this period of shutdown, we able to do large number of tasks, large number of work during a short period of time. It is a good advantage for maintenance department or maintenance people to use this short period to accomplish so many type of maintenance tasks which was difficult to be done and executed during the year or during the operation time. It gives good opportunity to build the reliability for the equipment. During the operation time, equipment started to lose its reliability. So this is a good chance to build the reliability of the equipment. This type of maintenance, it can be applied to certain unit, a whole unit, or many units, or a certain sector in the factory, or the whole factory, or the whole plant. And it needs concentrated and maximizing the using of resources, either labor resources, human resources, material. So all these resources must be probably planned and probably coordinated to get the required benefit out of this short period. Why we have to do this planning and control on this period? To achieve the maximum benefit from the downtime period, because during that period the factory is down, no production, so there is a loss of production loss. So unless we able to utilize and to get the best out of this period, so it will have a negative effect. And during this period, we all the time, as a maintenance team, we all the time will be under pressure, because operation and the production put many pressure on maintenance people, urging them and forcing them to finish these activities and to back the equipment up very shortly and very quickly. What is the activities we can perform during this period, during a turnaround or shutdown? We do different type of maintenance activities, almost all type of maintenance activity. For example, we replace worn parts or worn spare part, or even replace the whole equipment. Sometimes if we use chemical or catalysts that have been deteriorated due to the operation, so we replace this catalyst and this chemicals which is used in petrochemical and similar industries. Whenever there is a new technology or a new equipment to upgrade and to improve the plant processing and plant capability, so we take chance during this period to upgrade and to implement and install this new technology. Sometimes from time to time, our sensors, our meters, our gauges, our instrument has to be calibrated. So it is again one of the activities during this period. Also, it is be used to clean and inspect, and we consider cleaning as an inspection, because during the cleaning process we able to explore hidden failures. It might not be obvious unless we do the cleaning process, so we consider cleaning as an inspection process. It gives good chance to explore many hidden failures and defects. Due to wear and tear, some parts will be corroded or eroded. So again, we replace these parts which have been eroded or corroded due to chemical reactions and chemical materials. It can be applied also to whatever equipment we have, either static equipment like pipelines, valves, boilers, and such static equipment, heat exchangers, or also we can apply for rotating equipment like turbines, motor generator, agitators, and blowers, and such motors, engines, such rotating machinery as well. It is a good chance to maintain integrity of our equipment whenever it starts to lose this integrity due to vibration, due to operation, due to wear and tear. So we maintain the integrity of the equipment by doing sort of adjusting, clamping, alignment, balancing, leveling, and such activities. Some deposit might be accumulated and deformed either in our pipelines or in our tanks or in our heat exchangers. So we remove this deposit or scales, which might create difficulties in operation, and it might create blockage to our flow of fluids or gas or whatever. We also use this chance to replace and process material that have been depleted during the operation or damaged or lose its functional during to the operation or to the interaction and the relative movement and the friction and operation activity. During this period, we make sure by the end that we apply all these activities in safe and efficient operation. We have to make sure that because there is a lot of hazards due to the nature of this short period with this high pressure and the high intensity of work and the high use of workforce resources in this short period, could be adverse to safety and the environment and the healthy. So we have to make sure that we avoid any accident or any hazards during this period. Shutdown is expensive. Why? Because it is not just the direct cost, but another element of cost which is more important and it might be more expensive is the indirect cost, which is the loss of production during this period. That's why it is an expensive activity, and it has to be very much better utilized to get the benefit. Otherwise, it will create a negative impact on the industry or on the plant. Again, one of the characteristics of this period, it has a conflict with production, because production is down during this period. So the interest of production is completely different from the interest of maintenance during this period. The interest of production is to very quickly back up this period and back to operation, while the interest of maintenance is to get more time to do maintenance activities which was not being able to do during the running maintenance or during the operation time. That's why if the advantage were not so great, the advantage of doing this maintenance and the advantage of getting the plant down during this maintenance, shutdown would never be recommended or would never be occur. That's why maintenance need management attention should require intense top management attention. Why? Because the high combined cost, which is the direct cost and the indirect cost, and the potential impact could create positive and negative impact. Shutdown requires action, military action. It is very similar to military action. It needs severe action. No chance to do trial and error or to make mistakes. It has to be properly managed. It needs a professional team to run this and to plan and to schedule and to control this type of maintenance. Otherwise, it will create, instead of positive impact, it will create negative impact. As a comparison between turnaround shutdown versus running maintenance, as we initially categorize maintenance to two categories, running maintenance or shutdown maintenance. If we compare this type of maintenance, turnaround and shutdown almost follow similar procedures and similar process to those used in running maintenance regarding planning and preparation and initiation and scheduling and such activity. However, there is certain differences, some differences between running maintenance and turnaround and shutdown maintenance. What are the differences? The range and the scope of work in shutdown, the range of and the scope of work is huge compared with running maintenance. We are talking about thousands of work has to be done during this period. The number of people, extensive use, huge use of number of people during that period. All people will be involved in this maintenance, even a huge number of contractor and outsourcers has to be involved in this maintenance as well. Even the use of contractors during this maintenance is one of the distinguished feature of this type of maintenance, is to use outsourcing and number of contractors to do some activities and do some work. The number of coordination, it required a lot of coordination since we are involving many people and many discipline and many contractors involved in this type of maintenance. So it needs a good planning and good coordination. Otherwise, we lose control and it will create a sort of negative effect. The basic planning and scheduling apply to all work almost the same. However, there is again shutdown are all managed almost the same way as the running maintenance. The only difference being the size and the scope of work, the scale of work and the scale of work and the scope of work. In turnaround shutdown, a large scale of work, extensive amount of work, a big scope of work to be achieved during this short period. Accordingly, it needs a good management support, a good plan and scheduling to manage this major shutdown. Who plan and schedule and manage major shutdown? We have many options actually. Either we can use a contractor or a special group within the company who are capable of planning and scheduling if they are available. Or we can use outsourcing contractor or organization persons with good project management and skills. So we have two options, either to use our own team, our own persons, peoples who have good project management skills and good planning and scheduling and good shutdown, turnaround, control and planning and scheduling. If not available, then we go for the first choice, which outsourcing or special organization or contractor or special group who can do the activities of and the planning and scheduling activity. Why planning and scheduling for major shutdown is a specialty? Why it is a specialty compared with running maintenance? Actually, because we might do one mistake. Some organization fall in a trap of doing one mistake. Sometimes they are using the same individual who plan for running maintenance to also plan for shutdown. It is not practical for the same individual who plan and schedule day-to-day and normal maintenance activity to be involved also as well in the planning and scheduling and controlling major shutdown effort. That could be accepted in a small refinery or in a small business. Normally, we can do that. However, it is better if we have a dedicated planner for running maintenance and a dedicated planner for major turnaround and shutdown. If we have dedicated planners, so one planner, for example, or one team of planning maintenance can take care about the running maintenance, and another team can take care about shutdown and the major turnaround. Again, turnaround shutdown has different reasons from industry to another industry. For example, electrical generation power plant might apply shutdown annually during the low power demand period to refurbish their equipment and facilities. A nuclear power plant might need shutdown to refuel their reactor. Petrochemical and process plant might require shutdown from time to time to replace catalyst or chemically corroded component and rebuild the integrity of their equipment. Government organizations sometimes mandate shutdown and turnaround annually to inspect very hazardous assets similar to boilers and pressure vessels and furnace and such high hazard component and assets. So it seems that every industry has its own objective and has its own even period of doing this type of turnaround and shutdown maintenance. Some old facilities even might require shutdown to modernize and upgrade and implement new technology and replacing old equipment with a new technology or new equipment. Sometimes for different objects, for example, to control pollution or to control energy saving and implement new technology which can save energy or which can reduce the amount of pollution and improve productivity and such requirements. So as we see here, just samples of the interest of different industry. Different industry has its own interest for and their own reason for doing this type of periodic maintenance, which is turnaround and shutdown. Let us ask one question now. Is there any job planned for turnaround shutdown could be done under normal condition or could be done on day-to-day maintenance? The answer is yes or no. Of course, the answer should be the best to be no, because as we mentioned, this period of time is expensive. We are under pressure. We are forced to do a lot of maintenance in a short period with high expensive, with high use of outsourcing and contractors, with many people involved. So it's not a pleasant period of time we do maintenance unless this maintenance is a must and it cannot be done during the normal or during the running maintenance. However, of course, the answer should be no. No maintenance which can be done during running maintenance to be done during shutdown maintenance unless there is a justification. So the answer should be no. What if the answer is yes? If the answer is yes, it means that we are doing the wrong maintenance on wrong time. So this type of maintenance should be removing from the work scope of shutdown, should be removed from our work scope of shutdown. It has to be done during the running maintenance. Why? Because this time, it is to shorten this extensive time to avoid doing more unrequired maintenance during this time and to shorten the turnaround time and the effort. Is there any exceptional to this rule? Yes, there is some exceptional to this rule. What is the exceptional? One, if the number of workers needed for the shutdown varies, as we see here in that workforce distribution. So the first exceptional to this rule, if the number of workers needed for the shutdown varies or fluctuated, as we see here in the chart. Here we see the distribution of workforce. This is the workforce versus time of shutdown. So if we realize that in some days or in some time we have less utilization of our workforce like this time, for example. So in that case, to get the best utilization, to, as we said, to get the pipe full all the time, to get best utilization of workforce, we might allocate certain activities during that time, so we get our workers or our resources busy all the time, so we can add additional work during that time. So this is one reason. The other and the most important reason is to take advantage of interesting job or some special job that require certain special heavy equipment like scaffolding. If we have already scaffold which erected to do some major work, however, there is minor work, even it can be done during running maintenance, but it's better if we again use or utilize the existing of these heavy equipment which already erected like large crane or special equipment and heavy equipment.